Good evening and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for April the 26th, 2025. I'm Mom. And Satalia doesn't want to do Days of Doom? What? What? Now, Days of Doom isn't bad. It's just kind of tedious because there's a lot of back and forth. But I suppose, if you think about it, it's no more tedious than Gateway to Grethor or Counterpoint, where you're basically just a ferry service, Ubering people back
I'm
and
very
forth.
disappointed.
Why are you
Joint Command assured me you and your teammates were up to this task.
That's it? That's all we're going to get? No double entendre jokes about threesomes? Musin?
Not yet. It's not the end of the stream.
Oh, we only get that at the end. I love that ending.
It's one of the community discords that has that as sound commands, and I just have access to them everywhere because of Nitro.
I don't think I have Nitro for whatever reason.
Yeah, I like it for the sound things. It's kind of expensive though you can boost the server, which can improve the quality of sound, the size of file uploads. So there's a few things to boosting servers with Nitro.
Well, there's a couple of
But
reasons
you
to
only
get it, but
you only
I don't
yeah.
play enough. Or, sorry, I don't listen enough to justify it.
No, I'm on
Let's go that way.
Discord all day, every day, and I stream video to Discord to watch things as a group.
Yeah, well, I decided my chair is too
Yeah.
uncomfortable to do much gaming and twitching and discording. So I've been listening more on the
Oh,
phone, but not getting involved as much.
yeah, no Days of Doom today.
Why not?
Uh, if you want to do it with the current amount of lag,
Oh no, I don't want to do it. Period. I'm
no,
sorry. I thought.
there's a lot. Today
Yeah,
is a very laggy, rubber bandy day.
I,
You
I
don't
actually
want
noticed
it
that just
today.
from doing little things here at the bank that it is very laggy.
Yeah, Spencer was doing a stream just like what, half an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was super laggy.
That's really weird. I've noticed it's been
Yeah,
getting
no, that's not
worse.
weird. That there needs to be more attention to that from, well, now Deca.
Yeah.
Though Cryptic was pretty bad at keeping the servers lag free too.
Well, we're starting to pay attention to it, I think. So it wasn't being an issue, and it's just started to really accelerate lately.
Yep.
Let's see. 47 Alpha Tango says, I ended up getting it a long time ago to bypass size upload limitations for screenshots. Anytime I had to post a screenshot of Fleet Command from my mobile, my screenshots were inherently too large and I didn't want to take the time to figure a workaround. Oh, I assume you are talking about Nitro for that.
Yeah. That's definitely Nitro. Mm.
I've advocated it here in the stream. Oh, Darboita is rating with a party of 9. Or util. My German is terrible. Beutel. Musen.
Boy,
Beutel. I was right the first time. Yay. Guten Abend. Or Guten Nacht, I suppose, a little bit later in the evening.
yeah, it's midnight.
Yeah, wie geht's y'all?
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, could be.
Today was well, yesterday. Oh, today was the King's birthday here in the Netherlands.
Now,
So
is that like a holiday?
uh, yes, and it means that everybody's allowed to like sell their old stuff, like garage sale style,
Okay.
and you don't need any permits or whatnot, and you can just go set up somewhere.
Our community has a official garage sale weekend, which is coming up in about 2 months. And I'm going through my stuff going, well, I wasted money buying this. Let's see if somebody will spend money on that. I'm going to get rid of my desks. I'm going to get rid of some of my furniture. Be nice to get rid of stuff. But they frown upon it here in this little community because there's one access road in and one very difficult to get a lot of people in and out if you do that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I did see that we got the raid, and I appreciate that we got the raid, Phoenix. We love you guys. Welcome in. Glad to have you here this evening. I apologize for not being on yesterday, but I had a game plan where I was going to be home from the gym at about 12 because my coach had to leave to go to Ohio a couple hours early. I'm like, oh, I'll come in early. And then I thought, you know what? I really need to start looking at cars because I need to replace my two cars. One's got a lot of miles, and the other one I don't need two cars. So when I got home at 8 last night with my brand new car, having done multiple trips back and forth to get both cars over to the shop, get all the paperwork done, blah, 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 blah. So I didn't get home till way after the show had ended. But I now have a car that only has 11 miles on it.
Yeah. I see that Phoenix is translating that German.
The bag.
It's close. It's a different word than bag though. It's in Dutch that would be buidel, and in English that would be pouch.
Bag, pouch, same here. Oh, it can be the same.
It's the same thing, but slightly different.
Yeah, same but different, correct.
Yeah, but the correct translation is a pouch.
Yes. Actually, it can translate into purse as well. So when you Google it, it comes up with pictures of purses and backpacks and pouches and sacks. As I'm always hungry and fan of roleplay, I think about a bag of holding. Excellent, yes, the infinite bag of holding, please.
So more like a knapsack.
Well, now see, for me, a bag of holding is always like a very small pouch that's attached to the front of your belt. You know, that's the way I play it.
Well, so the rule about the bag of holding is it has to fit through the bag opening.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a knapsack, that's you can put very big things in the opening.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm,
That's
I'm, I'm
true.
I like to put big things in my bag of holding, not the small stuff
It
that
depends on
can
what
go
your.
in my regular
It
backpack.
just depends on what your role is in your head. And mine has always got
Well,
that as my little
I,
place for potions and gold, things
depending
like that.
depending on the game you're playing,
Mm-hmm.
a bag of holding can get very interesting.
Oh,
Uh, I,
yeah, I can go into something, but I can't go into it here without getting things in trouble. But yeah.
oh no, no, no trouble. But there's a system that allows you to design your custom bag of holding with an amount of creation points, which allows you to have a resizable opening and enough room inside for entire facilities. You could
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it,
So
have an atmosphere containing it so that you can actually stay alive in there.
back in
So
the
we have
day,
made one.
back in the old
We,
days, back in the Gary Gygax days, there was a man who was trying to explain being a good GM and a DM to people and how to make it fun and interesting, and he was going into his parameters for a bag of holding. It's very much like yours. Let's see what we can stretch that definition to encompass.
yeah, well, the system is Mutants and Masterminds, which is a very mutable system. Everything works on a point buy, and if you want to make something special, you can put the amount of points in it costs to make that. You just have to have them. And that bag of holding of ours
Uh huh.
was so big, it had a laboratory inside, filled a room filled up with all sorts of magic symbols, so we could hop in the bag and hop out with all our like special magic triggers gone off. so that we're fully buffed.
Let me interrupt
And
for
the
just
best
one.
part
Let me
was
interrupt for just one
when
sec.
I
Good
when
evening,
I
chosen, and welcome. Got to say hi to everybody as they drop in.
the best part was where I take the stick, I open up the bag of holding far enough,
Mm-hmm.
and the entire army came marching out.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, we had like a bunch of Valkyries and stuff that we had stuffed in the bag of holding. So yeah,
Chosen wants to know how many new Starfleet ships released this year so far.
yeah,
What a good
two,
question.
three. I mean, there's the event one.
All right. Didn't they just release one yesterday?
I don't know.
I thought I heard
There
about
was the
one
Garrett.
yesterday. The Garrett? Oh, hold it. The Garrett
It's an
was.
alliance ship, but it's technically Federation mostly
Yeah,
in
wasn't the Garrett
design.
at Christmas, though?
Was the Garrett for
I don't
Christmas?
remember.
No, no. The Garrett was an anniversary.
No. Was it?
Yeah, it was just before the anniversary as like our anniversary gift, and then we got the 15th bundle after the Garrett.
Okay. I knew we got the 15th bundle after the Garrett, but I didn't know we got the Garrett that early.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
And
course.
well,
Let's see. I love it. I
technically
googled the
alliance,
list of
but
ships for this year,
mostly
but it's
Federation. I wonder if I mean it's named after Rachel Garrett, so
yes, it is tying into that last season of sorry, into Section 31. But Section 31 was that this year? No, yeah, that was this year, wasn't it?
yeah.
47 says, I don't think we've had any Fed promo ships this year. I just think it's been the clump ship. Yes. Oh, yeah, just the. I don't think there has been much this year.
But oh, the question was
Hmm.
Starfleet ships. So technically, the 15th anniversary bundle counts as released Starfleet ships this year.
He means promo ships.
He didn't say promo
Yes, he
ships,
did.
but
Go look in his new thing.
oh,
I
wait,
mean, promo
okay.
ones. See? Boy, they really don't break it down that way. That's interesting. Promo packs, blah, 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 blah. That's at Christmas. What is out there? There's no easy way to see what's new.
Yeah, there is. If you have a promo box.
Yeah, I do have a promo box, but probably not on this account. Maybe
Oh,
maybe I've got it in my shared account. Hang on a second here. It's tier 6. I don't have a promo box? Oh no. I do not. I have the premiums, but not a promo per se, I don't think.
When did the Lamar come out?
Well, there wasn't a. I thought there was a ship was released yesterday. Um, or maybe they were talking about it yesterday. Kel was going to talk about something on Wednesday, but decided to get sick instead, so we didn't hear anything about that.
No, that was November.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was last year. If the Lamar was last year,
That's right. He
then
was
no.
going to talk about the clump ship. You are right, 47. Thank you. And I'm sure
But
he
no,
will when it gets better.
no new promo ships for Federation yet.
Okay.
Lamar last year was the last one.
Good evening, Mr. Dave. Yeah, I'd seen something pop up that somebody was talking about a new Star Trek Online ship yesterday, but I thought it was being released.
Um, Let me see. Was it an Infinity ship
No.
then?
It doesn't say
No,
anything
is that
here.
the kit?
It was something that began with an E, and it wasn't the Elios. Maybe it's just one they're talking about coming up.
Maybe. Oh,
There have been leaks, haven't there? Not that I'm buying any ships right now.
no, that's probably the next lockbox ships that they were talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Well, would anybody like to do anything tonight?
Um,
Aside from just chit-chatting about stuff.
I'm guessing open up subspace communications, turn that dial up to 11, and starts blasting sabotage while shooting at the Borg. Yeah.
No worries, Mr. Dave. It was a day of sort of working here. The community, again, it's an HOA, but they do some nice stuff. So once a year they bring in a dumpster. Last year they brought in a dumpster for people to throw out like broken doors or screens or anything that was, house materials. Big dumpster filled up. They took it out. This year they decided to do only plant material because we had two big storms, one in the winter and one just a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of down trees and tree limbs and all that. So I didn't want to get caught out before the bin got filled, so I was up at like 6 this morning hauling branches down the street and dumping them into the box. And they were very explicit. No garbage, no trash, just, landscaping material. And got back there this afternoon. Somebody throwing in an old grill and some suitcases, empty boxes. No, 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 guys. Those are definitely not things that grow on trees.
Well, I mean, technically, the boxes, if they were made out of
They
paper,
were, yes, so they
you get
kind of were made out of trees.
that is a very technical definition of they grow on trees.
And if you want to get really picky, they were labeled contains live plants. So at some point, they did have something to do with trees and plants on two different
Yeah.
levels.
Also, it's biologically degradable
Mm-hmm.
because it's paper.
Right.
Although a grill does not belong in there.
No.
I just do not see grills grow on trees.
Grills and suitcases. I'm not sure where those came from, but they came from someplace.
Speaking of growing on a tree,
Yes.
what is green, has four legs, and if it falls from a tree, it'll kill you?
What is green, has four legs, and if it falls from a tree, it'll kill you?
Yeah,
I have no clue.
a pool table.
Jeez. So, Talia, that's for you. Good evening, Tagaris. How are you doing?
You know that I got that one from Two and a Half Men.
47 Alpha Tango says, oh, brother. Yeah, really. That one hurt.
I watched the rerun of Two and a Half Men, and the kid told that joke, and I was just like, that is actually pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
You know, for a kid making a joke in between a bunch of old men making
Jokes.
totally different jokes.
Phoenix says, even as German, I understand that joke. Yes. Yes, bad jokes transcend language barriers.
And I think everybody knows what pool is.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Suitcases, if made from leather, could have been made from a cow plant, which can be found in The Sims. However, these were made from plastic plants.
Which can be found in a lot of stores, actually.
Yes, they can. They can indeed. Bad jokes are the best jokes. Or dad jokes. Dad jokes are really good, though. They've gotten harder to find lately. Ooh, I see people are running synthwave
If you got to
commercials.
find hard to find dad jokes, just hire a private detective.
Ow! Sorry, just smacked my knee on the table. All right. Would anybody else like to join us for I have no idea what we're doing?
You, you.
Pew Pew. We are doing Pew Pew tonight. Also, when will the second event arrive to console? The second event.
Oh, for questions on when it arrives on console, you'd be better off asking Spencer. Or maybe try Xander.
Spencer seems to know what's going on. Oh,
Yeah, but
oh, 47 Alpha Tango. That is cold. That is cold. Hi, Taz.
Hello, guys.
Second event on
great.
console. I just don't know. Aren't you? Let's see. What have you had so far on console? No, Satalia, I did not. Satalia says you can't tell a dad joke if you're not a dad. That would be a faux pas. And 47 Alpha Tango came back with problem is the dad jokes all went out to buy milk and haven't come
Wait.
back yet.
It isn't a faux pas a fake daddy?
Yes, exactly. That's why you can't do it. Ooh, Paxis and his Protostar.
Dang it. I want a Protostar.
Well, that's on you.
I think it's a bit too expensive, seeing as there's nothing on the Protostar that I need.
Oh, well,
It's just the
you just want it.
Protostar.
Yeah.
I want it for that extra sector space boost and special animation, but I don't think that's worth paying as much as a ship that gets me the console and the trait that I want. Yeah.
Satalia wants a Protostar in real life. So I did get a car yesterday, and it's not a fancy car by any stretch of the imagination, but it had just come off the truck literally like 30 minutes before I got there. And the guy said, "Hey, we just got one that sounds like what you want, and it's right over here." And I went over there, and it's Federation uniform red. I'm buying this car.
I would have asked if it had a cyclical warp drive.
Oh, don't I wish no. Oh, that would be nice.
You're like, you want to show me that? Does it have a warp drive? No? Okay.
Well, it's the same type of car I've been driving, so it's one of those. I know exactly what I'm getting, so it's not exciting. And then the guy showed me the exciting car that I actually want to get. And no, can't justify the money right now. Maybe in a couple of years.
I think I have to go to bed. It's too late for me.
It's only midnight 20, Taz.
I know, but I've been up for too long.
Yeah, I've actually been up since 2 this morning, so I can understand that.
Yeah. Too tired.
No worries. We will be here other days, and you're always welcome to join us whenever you want. You know that. As is
Yeah,
everybody.
You guys have a good one, and will you be streaming tomorrow?
There is that possibility, though I do understand. I think it is War Drivers is doing a colony sim tomorrow.
Ah, okay.
So I might be in that. I might not. We will see. We'll probably be around.
Okay. See you then.
Okay, get some sleep.
Yeah, have fun, guys. Bye.
Take care. 47 Alpha Tango. I'm considering a new vehicle to celebrate graduation next year. Maybe I should go back to school just so I can graduate, and then I'd have to get a car to celebrate it. Except I'm not going to get a better job if I go back to college at this point. And they don't pay you more for higher levels of retirement. But I'm narrowing down all these steps to being able to travel again. I have a car that's registered in the state, so I don't have to worry about new licenses and new registration for another year. I just have to get my passport and my driver's license figured out and then back on the roads again.
I think I thought of a dad joke a millionaire could pull.
Okay, go for it.
Give your kid an Oldsmobile for their 16th birthday.
Is there more to that?
No, just an Oldsmobile.
All right, what are we doing? And does anybody else want to join us? Low-key, only reason I'm going through this program is to understand this stuff a bit more. Not sure I'm going to change jobs or do anything with it in the short term. No, that's cool. I think about going back to school just because sometimes there's nothing else to do. But instead, I've been working on the cookbook, except now I have to start actually cooking things again, which means I then have to eat the food. And eating the food doesn't go with the diet, so I'm going to have to start handing out food to my neighbors, going, here's something I just baked for you, please eat it. What is it? I don't know, but it looks good in the pictures. Anybody else want to join us? Natalia, you up for some pew-pew of randomness? I have no idea what we're doing. Alpha Tango, is your work paying for your college stuff? Ooh. Then I hope you can turn it into something. You are a good man. Okay, Natalia says she doesn't love us anymore. She says she's going to log out of Stowe, but we know that really means she just doesn't love us. Ooh, and apparently we banned Frightful Compartment for spamming. No worries. Go have an evening and enjoy and have a life, and we will talk to you later. And I will catch up with you in real life at some point, too.
Somebody was banned for spamming?
Yeah. We have a bot that, for anybody who tries to do the spam bot, here, you can get all these viewers for only $1,000.
Okay.
That kind of spam bots.
Well, that bot was so fast, I didn't see that happen.
Yeah, it's just this little tiny flicker. It'll pop, and then Siri bot gets it immediately.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the chat and not seeing it.
Well, it should be. It's between Natalia and 47 Alpha Tango, where the spam came up. And it just, if you're watching it at that moment, you'll see it pop and immediately go into spam. All hail Pi for writing us good spam bots. Thank you, Pi.
Something nice that it's not in chat for me or anybody else.
Oh, just me because I'm special.
Oh, and moderators.
Yeah, some people should be seeing it. Does anybody care about anything? Does anybody need to do anything? Want to do anything?
I'm good with whatever.
I'm all...
Even Corfez on my dinky little ship the other day.
God. How about if I hit random?
Oh, sure.
Wee woo.
Wee woo. I did Corfez on that Rysian luxury cruiser. Rysian?
That's an adventure. Oh, speaking of Rizian luxury cruisers, next weekend is the Tour of the Galaxy. And maybe sometime between now and then I'll actually put together a decent ship for it.
Oh, well, do you have the Vestas?
No, I don't think I do.
Do you have the Kalian, the legendary Vesta?
I don't think I do. Was that in a bundle of any sort?
It wasn't on its own legendary.
Okay.
It wasn't in a bundle. But, let's see. So it's a legendary ship. Let me just look that up. Yeah. CAE.
Nope, I do not.
No, okay. And you don't have the tier 6 Vesta.
Nope. It's not coming up that I have it.
So, yeah, that's got some consoles that really help with the Tour of the Galaxy build.
Yeah, I was chatting with Dante because he has a nice build. He was running it the other day. And I think he sent it to me, and I need to take a look at that. Oh, it's Gateway. Well, there we go. That looks fine.
This is going to be fun.
It is.
Oh yeah, that dreadnought's already dead. The one at the end.
Pre-dead for your convenience.
Yeah, I already know it's coming, so it's already melted.
And we still have the 8
It just
oopsies and
hasn't
duffel
come
bag.
out of the gateway yet.
I'm going left.
Herald reinforcements are inbound. The shipyard is secure. The starbase is secure.
Wow, we're good.
Oh wow, was that it?
Yeah, that was it. Can someone please explain what it means to X a ship? It is an upgrade. Since we don't have a tier 7, what they did is they came up with the experimental upgrades. So there's T6X, and now you can throw on a couple of them and you get a T6X2. Am I correct with that?
Yes.
So this
And
one...
there's a tier 5X thing.
Yes, you
as
can do...
well?
It's a T5U, isn't it?
Well, it's T5U, and then it becomes T5X.
Yeah, so
I
the
think.
experimental modules can basically give you an upgrade because we don't have a tier 7. And I don't know that we're going to get a tier 7. From what I am told. Until, of course, they decide we need tier 7s.
Those gateways are emitting intense levels of beta radiation. Close them.
How do you get T6X, or sorry, experimental upgrades? I presume you can purchase them, but they do give them as giveaways during some of the events.
Yep. And if you have the Phoenix tokens in ultra rare and or epic, you can get them too with those. So yeah, if you have a few ultra rare Phoenix tokens, like 5 of them, I think, you can buy 1 or 2 of those X upgrade tokens.
They occasionally pop up if you are buying bundles, like out of Mud's Market. Sometimes it's an add-on part of the bundle.
Yep. But I do feel every time they do a Phoenix event, when they add them to the store, then you can change your epic and ultra rare tokens in for them.
Get this one here.
If you got spare ones, obviously.
So what it will add is, I believe it adds a universal console, correct?
Universal console, a trade slot, and the device slot.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
So in other words, you can add more toys to your ship.
Yep.
But I'm a proponent making sure you love the ship first. If you love the ship, you've got a decent build going on it, and you need to make sure this one goes to 11.
And if
Those
you
make
just
it go to
want
11.
to put an X upgrade on a ship that will give you the most value out of the X upgrade, then Miracle Worker ships, because they already have 1 console more, can have more console slots, and you'd have like the most console slots you can have on a ship. Or you take one with your advanced consoles in mind, And then you either take 5 tactical or 5 engineering console ships and X upgrade those, depending if you go for engineering with the advanced consoles or tactical.
Satali says, I wonder if anyone T6X'd an Oberth. Probably. Come on, somebody had to have.
I
Somebody had
did
to have done
worse
that.
than that. I T6X2'd a Malon battle cruiser.
That's fine. I like Malon battle cruisers. I mean, they're not gorgeous, but good enough ships at least. Tagara says,
Well,
I'm
that's
following the Baby Steps guide, which is a great guide. So likely going to go with Fleet Archon and Teleassault, FAW build, Disco Death. Okay.
So
The troop
I think the most deadly
moving toward the planet.
disco fire at will build would probably be a pet build fire at will. And then make sure that your pets have omnidirectional beam arrays so that they can shoot in 360 degrees.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving
Satali
And
wants
then
a
you just
T6
have
Death Star.
and then just have the trait that when you use fire at will or scatter volley that all your pets get that as well. And just make yourself a fire at will build and all your pets fire at will, and there you go. Disco laser show.
Hmm.
You know, if it's only for the visual, then the damage doesn't really matter. It's just that they shoot many beams in all directions.
My son used to have a name for that, and I cannot remember his name.
Hmm?
My son used to have a name for a ship that was firing beams at 360 degrees. A nickname for them.
transports from the starbase.
I shall have to inquire of him, but he's still at work, so I can't. Alright, the Death Star shall be here in about 10 seconds. Boy, I forgot how bad the inertia is on this ship. Oh, I love this ship, but I need to get something that can get up and go a little bit. My son played Stowe? Oh, yes, I'll tell you, my son played Stowe. Have you not heard the adventures of my son and I playing this game? I can't even target the darn thing, Musin. Everybody keeps shooting at it, it keeps going away. There it is. Nope. Now it's dead. Well and truly dead.
That was fun.
Yes, it was. So, Satalia, my son and I were at the Star Trek convention in 2009, maybe 2008, when they were talking about the creation of Star Trek Online as a game. It's probably 2008, because it came out in 2010. And he was of the opinion, Mom, you should play this game. I'm like, yeah, I don't play any games. So when it came out in February, he and my husband were like, yeah, we're going to get you started in this, and bought it for me. And I didn't start day one. I started day two. I was in the beta a little bit, but I'm like, not brilliant with it. And then finally got it set up, got everything hooked up, and every 10 seconds was, Son, get in here. I don't know what I'm doing. What do I do? Who's where? What's this? How do I find this person? Where's Sulu? And he did the eye roll, came in and helped me get through things.
Where's Sulu?
Back on original ESD, you were supposed to find Sulu, I believe, at one point, but you couldn't.
No, you could.
Well, I couldn't.
Just not the Sulu that everybody was looking for.
That might have been it.
Everybody was looking for Hikaru Sulu. He wasn't on the station, but there was a descendant on the station.
Oh, thank you. I'll take a look at that.
You know,
It was
I really
annoying AF to go look for Sulu and not find the Sulu that I wanted. But
no, you had to find his daughter, wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, it was because it was after the
Yeah.
yeah, it
I,
would
I
have been his daughter.
remember I remember Shatner going, when did Sulu have time to have children?
Yeah. Oh, I remember that one. That was
Where did he find the time? That was a good question because he was always there. Um,
fine time, you know.
I sent you a little picture
Yes,
in
that's why I just said thank
Discord
you.
again. Yeah, that's all you need for the sector space build,
I got it.
and then you go like on a proto star with that last little thing at the bottom right corner.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do a
you're gonna go
protostar.
fast.
I'm not gonna do a protostar. I'm not gonna spend that kind of money on an event we have every
No, but
13 weeks.
apparently Warp 250 has been exceeded
Whoa,
with that.
interestingly, I've got a lot of these toys. Not all of them, but I've got a lot of those.
So
Wouldn't be out of the
yeah,
question. Here we go.
well, I mean, it's the console set, which you said you didn't have. Then it's like the console, the engines that you can have from the missions and the reputation. Well, Leadfoot, I don't think anybody doesn't have Leadfoot.
No, I'm sure everybody's got it. It's you get it early.
Uh, yeah. And the other two traits, synthetic good fortune and extensively modified warp core, I think you should have those.
I might probably not on this tune. Probably on my main tune.
Well, extensively modified warp core is from one of the legendary ships,
Oh, then maybe or maybe not.
so you might have it. I do believe that is account wide unlocked once you have it.
Then I might.
I mean, it's so when you can go that fast
Mm-hmm.
and you take the regular Mako impulse engines instead of the combat ones, right?
Yes.
You get this asynchronous warp bubble around you, which can be annoying. If you don't want that, take the combat impulse engines from the
Okay.
Mako. They don't come with the annoying sound and visual bubble. You know, because it's fun for a little bit, and then it's like, ooh, can that thing please stop buzzing?
Yeah, I know how that goes.
Yeah. What I did though
Wee woo.
is I put a visual up.
Wee woo.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
I put a visual up
Mm-hmm.
for those Breen engines,
Okay.
which I had to disable the Mako engine visual, which doesn't disable the asynchronous warp bubble,
Right. Makes sense.
but it allows me to use the visual for the Breen engines, that blue
Mm-hmm.
fire trail. When I hit transwarp and go warp 72.88, I am drawing a blue trail like I'm a comet. And with that build, I'm able to turn on the map.
Wow.
And that was just on the Rizian Luxury Cruiser, which is arguably the slowest of the fast ships.
What are we doing? Oh, Herald Sphere. Wow.
Gives the heralds techno.
Somebody. Let's see if we got the same party here. We don't. I was gonna say somebody needs some Herald ships tonight. Oh. I just realized I have to do all my video stuff for, uh, yes, Bozeman tomorrow. So I have work to do tomorrow.
The heralds are destroyed. Get to a gateway and enter the sphere.
Apparently we have an ad starting in... Oh, we have an ad going on. Interesting. Are we all here? There we go.
Stop the herald forces before they reach the gateway. Gateway opening at 11 o'clock. Gateway opening at 3 o'clock. Gateway opening at 1 o'clock. Gateway opening at 12 o'clock. Gateway opening at 11 o'clock. Gateway opening at 8 o'clock.
We get so quiet sometimes.
At 2 o'clock. Gateway opening at 1 o'clock. Gateway opening at 12 o'clock. Gateway opening at 9 o'clock.
My targeting does not want to target today.
Gateway opening at 4 o'clock.
I don't know if that's got something to do with lag or
Gateway opening
keyboard.
at 2 o'clock. Gateway opening at 2 o'clock.
And the ads are done. Yay!
Gateway opening at 7 o'clock. Gateway opening at 3 o'clock. Gateway opening at 11 o'clock.
They should make it so the number of ships you have to fight when you go back through the gateway is related to the number of ships that get through. I.e., 3 ships get through, you only have to defeat 3 on the other side. so funny. This used to be my good ship. And now I'm comparing it to my new good ship. And the new one's just so much better.
Take out their command vessels.
Well,
Okay.
so we got a 2-minute break here. Suppose I could go get ready to go through the gateway.
Parked right in the gateway.
Mm-hmm.
So all I have to do is spam that F key
Yep, yep.
and then escape really quick.
I think everybody has the same idea. We're ready. But we have a little bit of time here. So for whatever reason, I got up at 2 this morning and I'm lying in bed.
Yeah. The
And
heralds are indeed like, no, you go out the gateway. No, you do.
so I finally thought,
They're
if I'm
like-
just lying here, I could just go upstairs and play missions because I never get a chance to play missions during the day because, the new
They're all
ones
like,
are so
are you-
long.
Heralds are all like, are you crazy? The Federation's on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Forget about the Klingons. Forget about the Dominion. The Federation's gate capping.
Dex says you gave him PTSD. I'm going in there. You go in there. I'm not going in there. You go in there. I know. We'll get Mikey. He'll do anything. Which is an
Where
American.
did Mikey go? No,
So-
he was the first one out of the gate.
It's a cereal commercial from the 1960s or 70s. Life cereal. Victory is life cereal. I don't want to try it. You try it. I don't want to try it. You try it. Let's get Mikey. He hates everything. Hi, Grass.
Hello.
Does Mikey hate everything?
Energy levels in the sphere.
Not life cereal.
He likes it. He likes it.
Yes, I'm old enough to remember that commercial.
Oh, yeah. DT and I tried to put it together for a Victory is Life cereal commercial that we want to make. Well, so much for that dreadnought.
Sensor reading through the ship is currently
What dreadnought?
That's,
Was there a dreadnought?
No, there was not a There was a dreadnought.
That
No, you
was,
mean, you
wasn't
mean
that a
debris?
little? Wasn't that just a little raider that I blew up?
Mm-hmm.
Felt
Must have
like a
been.
raider.
Must have been. How are you doing, Grass?
Doing good at the moment.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Kind of a nice slow day at work due to the weather.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go downtown to the outdoor Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra concert, and they held all the food trucks downtown. And they were going to have dancing on the street, and just a really nice afternoon. And I'm sitting here doing stuff with the dogs, and all of a sudden it's, bad word. Now I remember.
I know why debris warped in. The Herald's been at war with the Federation for so long. Debris is all they got left.
Yeah, I woke up this morning. It was 44 degrees. I had the heat off in the house because it wasn't 44 when I went to bed. It was comfy and the dogs were comfy, and I realized I'm awake. Manta de
Well,
Ashoka.
bigger.
Ashoka is not chicken raid. Chicken. Let's see. Moopsie jocks. Moopsie jockey, I think was Dante's term we need to use. Moopsie jockey. Greetings and welcome aboard, everybody. Definitely need to get a new ship or a different ship. Upgrade this ship. I have a few hundred. Now let's get that out there. No, not you. That one.
You know, if
Yeah, I've got
our
a
mirror,
few ships I've never played with.
I'd be afraid of the mirror universe if my counterpart had anything near as good as I do.
That's what we need, Monta. We need to take the Huey Lewis and the News song and do it for I Need a New Ship.
Which song?
I Need a New Drug. Remember that
Uh,
song? Huey Lewis and the
Oh,
News.
I usually default to another song.
Oh, which one do you default to?
Uh,
There's so many.
Power of Love,
Okay.
wasn't it?
That's one of theirs. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. That's
Good
the one
song.
from Back to the Future.
Right, right.
That's why I default to it.
Moopsie Lewis and the News. Ah, Satalia, brilliant. Let me get out the book and add it to the list of titles here.
So 2 days in a row, or 2 Universal endeavors in a row.
That we skipped.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I have lots of excuses for why I didn't do Gravity Kills. And I have lots of excuses for why I'm not doing Days of Doom.
You know, instead
Night,
of the
night,
Beastie
Manta. Go
Boys,
get some sleep.
instead of the Beastie Boys sabotage, we could have the Moopsie Boys sing sabotage.
Everybody's been giving me Moopsie titles, so I have the Book of Moopsies in front of me.
Yeah, everybody in the club get Moopsie.
Satalia, that's lovely. I like that, Satalia. Dang it. Moopsie did it again. Oh, great. Thanks. Thank you. It's Amar Hawkman.
Hello.
Hello. So, Mar Hawkman, were you the one asking about the Kirk's protege title?
No.
Somebody was asking about it, and Lexers came up with it. He thought it was you who was asking about the Kirk's protege title, which you used to get for completing Wave 10 of the no-win scenario. Which,
Yep.
because we don't have it anymore, you can't do it.
Wait, they took out no win scenario?
Yeah, a long time ago.
But we got that back, right?
No.
The Kobayashi Maru is the no win scenario.
They don't have the same things hooked up to it.
It changed. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I think
It's not the same TFO as before, so it doesn't give you the same.
Though it should, you
reward.
know. It's a great
Yeah,
title.
but doesn't it
It's-
give
it's-
you at 50 now?
It's like with how the pre-rep TFOs would give you stuff that you can't get now.
Yeah. Your audio
Like
is cutting
that-
in and out kind of weirdly.
No,
It's like it's crackling almost, or is that just me? It could just be me.
there's absolutely nothing I can do about that. I don't understand why the problem even exists. I have a vague idea as to why it exists, but there's not really anything I can do about it.
The universe hates you.
Yeah, there is
Or
that.
us.
Anyways, what I was saying though is that a lot the current versions of the TFOs are not considered by the game to be the same thing that had all of those old hooks added to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the things are actually still technically working, but only some of them. And that's because the devs copied that specific thing to a new hook, and they had to manually copy that to make it work. And that's just not something they did with all of it. Like the old advanced Borg TFO completion accolades are gone. You cannot get those. And the same is true with the whole like Kobayashi Maru thing. It's like the current thing we have in the game is not the same TFO. It doesn't even work the same.
Satalia, thank you very much for that. That is wrong on a bunch of levels, and I appreciate it. Getting off topic here, Satalia has sent me a list of actual analogies used by high school students in English essays. Such as, when she tried to sing, it sounded like a walrus giving birth to farm equipment. Or, the lamp just sat there, like an inanimate object. Which, if you think about it, is probably quite brilliant that somebody came up with that. Met the criteria, it's an analogy, check that off the list for the report. We're good.
I've heard some interesting stories about that sort of thing, because what one person thinks of as a silly idea, another person will be like, ooh, I never thought of that before. That sounds cool.
Oh, that's always the way it goes. And sometimes the people who think, "Ooh, that's cool," the cringe begins. It's a frost. What the heck?
What the heck? Am I not supposed to be in here?
Just haven't seen you in forever, dear. Welcome aboard.
I have
Yay.
been
You've
terribly
been-
Is his volume a negative number?
All aboard.
Yeah.
Thanks, Crane.
Frost's volume has been weird lately.
My volume has been weird. I don't know how to fix it. Let me
It-
see if I can.
It's like you're sitting away from the mic in a long, long room. You're in a hallway in Vegas, and the mic's at the far end.
That's weird. Let me see
Yeah.
if I can fix it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Were we doing Days of Doom, or did you do that already?
No. No, we weren't. We were ignoring Days of Doom.
The stream title talks about it. Aw.
Is that better?
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, it's a lot better, Frost.
A little bit.
So it's the problem was with Twitch, not with me.
Oh, duh. Let's see. Pax says, by the way, I've switched ships. I'm now in my mirror crossfield physical damage build. Ew. Nice. Nice. Anybody want to join us for some more PP fun?
Oh, I mean,
Well,
we're
I'm
not
doing
doing
the
Days
daily
of Doom?
if I'm done with that, I'd be happy to.
Well,
Days of Doom from Mom to Days of Doom.
do you really?
Cost is 500. It's 500 keys up front for her.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, no. If you want to join us for Days of Doom, you have to pay for the privilege.
So, Mom,
Yes,
are you a Moopsy girl in a Moopsy world?
I am indeed a Moopsy girl.
That's okay.
Wait, wouldn't that
I'm
mean
a
you got
Moopsy
eaten
girl
already?
in a Moopsy world.
Yeah, like I said, wouldn't that
Terrifying,
mean you
actually.
got eaten already?
Wouldn't that be what?
Would that mean you got eaten or had to drink your bones? or
Something like that.
already?
There's a song to be made there. Part of my adventures yesterday was I wound up getting a lift back from the car dealer back to my house, and the lift driver barely spoke English. Had only been in the States for a few months. He had learned like 3 months worth of English since he got here. But I was able to get from him that he's from Azerbaijan. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. He goes, you know what that is? Yeah, doesn't everybody?
I mean, It is certainly a country.
It is definitely
yes.
a country.
It's one of those countries that is they've been promoting tourism because of the fact that there is very little other reason for people outside their country to want to go there.
Well, there is a reason that he and his brother got here. George Thorogood and the Moopsies. Oh, bad to the bone. Excellent, Musin. Excellent.
Yeah, I know. I somehow just. Mm.
Okay, that's really bad. I have to write that down.
So he released his inner evil and used it for composing. Okay, I guess that works.
Okay,
Anyway.
I'm definitely going to have to update my page of stuff here. Anybody else want to join the party? I know, Frost, you're doing your daily stuff. Let us know when you're done.
Mhm.
Graz, do you need to do anything?
No,
Just in it for some pew-pew?
pew.
Pew-pew it is.
I mean, you could click the random button.
That's what we're doing. It's a wee-woo.
Oh,
Oh, did you want to join us?
I was thinking about it, but I guess that's
Well, we have,
oh, well.
who knows how long this will take. Reynald007 says you need one for days. We will do days if enough people want to do Days of Doom.
No.
Anyway,
The
so did you guys
enthusiasm is
see?
underwhelming.
Did you guys see the thing about the next event upcoming?
No. What's upcoming?
The next Tholian event is going to give us a radiation-based minigun.
Okay. Does it work on anything in particular?
Should I know?
On your
The only thing
soul.
people know about the new item is that it's on one of the loading screens you may or may not see when you change maps.
Oh, just now. Saw it.
Counterpoint again?
Really? No. No, we did Gateway. We did Gateway, not Counterpoint.
No,
Molten snared and it should never
that
be
is a for me thing.
Yeah. Well, when you
I've
click
done
J
counterpoint so many times today.
and look at the event campaign, it says that the third item is featured event Tholian Trouble. And sometimes when you look at a loading screen, it will
yeah, it does.
show you what the reward is.
Well, that's Breach, which I like. Of course. No, that's not Breach. That's Vault. I like Vault.
Yeah, Vault's not bad.
If you guys want to do Days of Doom, we will do Days of Doom. It's just
My main reason is it's a universal endeavor.
yeah.
It's one of the few missions in the game. This is where I feel that it legitimately needs a team of people who know what they're doing, or it won't.
Well, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go get a different ship because this ship takes too long to make the turns. I don't like to do
Yeah, that's a
counterpoint
good
on this
point.
ship for the same reason.
I think Lita likes being shot by me.
Yes, Italia Breach is the one with the giant Thoth ship. Good evening, Sav. How are you doing? And a belated happy birthday to you, Sav. Because I know you had one of those and I didn't see you then. What do you mean job hunting again? What happened? Yeah, I like Breach too. Not everybody does. I know Board King hates it. Hates it, hates it, hates it. With a passion, but I kind of like it. Though I like the full version.
I'm one of those people who is crazy enough to have done Breach in a bomb. I'm pretty sure I also did it at least once in an obelisk.
I know somebody once teamed up with a bunch of people and did it in Jays, which I wanted to see that, but didn't. Hey, if you want to do days, we will put together a team. We will invite you. We will throw ourselves upon the grenade of bad TFOs and do it for you. Or with you. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Sav. But I hope you find something that's better.
Target's shields have failed.
Fine. Fine. Be that way, Graz. Take all those portals out before I can get to them.
I'm sorry you have a slow ship.
I do have a slow ship. I have a fast ship. It's not this one, though. If we're going to go do something else, I'll go switch over to that ship.
I remember when I would hang out with Augie and his streams and got tips from Augie on how to make a sarcophagus move faster. Man, that thing looks weird when it starts zooming around the map.
Well, weirdly enough, my fastest ship is the Acheron. It has the proper toys. Let's see.
Ooh, Sphinx says he's done a run of Breach with 5 assimilators.
That would be cool.
Oh, here's a question. Do you
Yes.
guys remember where the variant explosives expert duty officer comes from that causes your exploit attacks to create a radiation burst?
I knew that at one point. I don't currently remember where.
Massive is coming through a portal.
Because I was just looking at this
That
character
be
real.
from Ryza?
No, it's a
No.
green quality Nausicaan. And it's a Federation allied Nausicaan, which is just.
That is a
I don't remember where I got this thing from, and I was looking at what I have on this character's build and just suddenly started scratching my head.
Well, I can certainly Google it when we're done here. After we blow up Terraknor. There we go. That's better.
You're welcome.
You and Grouse did nice amounts of damage in there. Went in there and went, pew, pew, I'm helping. I'm helping. Or what, Lita?
Did this change the way my microphone sounds?
Yes, it does. Did. It sounds much better.
Hmm.
What'd you do?
All I did was move it up about half an inch. Yeah, but like I said, this thing is weirdly fickle, and I don't understand exactly what it really wants to do.
You guys can take your fast ships next weekend on Tour of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, if you have the right engine setup, you can get like warp 30 plus, but without even using any active buffs.
Conquered everyone else in our reality.
It's like to take the old Borg impulse engine and put on the Gamma Reputation warp core. That just gives you a stupid amount of base.
Yeah, Musin was sharing his speed build, or a speed build, a little while ago.
Also,
Yeah, just the one that on the Protostar was, well, said to be over warp 200.
Also, the second dot on the captain skill tree for the science thing,
Mm-hmm.
one of those two options is to increase your sector's space travel speed,
Yes.
which honestly, the transport reduction is pointless because it doesn't actually help you anywhere near as much as it does. And it's strange.
Sphinx, before they changed the map for Tour of the Galaxy, I used to like it because it was not just speed, there was a fine art to figuring out how close you could clip each of the quadrants to get them to count.
Mm-hmm.
Get a certain arc in there and you could clip the inner edge of a couple of different quadrants, they'd all count. Now, because you have specific targets, it's a little different.
Well, one thing with the current version that makes it even weirder is the simple fact that because of the fact that you can literally just fly straight from one side of the galaxy to the other and skip with the loading screens, it changes what makes it good. And that just gets weird. However, it also means that the really, really long quantum slipstream is actually usable.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was a weird thing when they introduced the extra long quantum slipstream. Is that people pointed out that there was no section of the galaxy map except the Delta Quadrant that actually gave you a long enough space to actually go and use the whole thing. And that's only because the Delta Quadrant's a long string-shaped map and not a proper expansive map.
Sphinx says it comes down to a lack of interest in such a particular challenge. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, this is the reason why I do it incredibly rarely. I really just ignore it most of the time. I know people who will actually just grind it for the
Yeah.
energy credit.
Absolutely.
People who have a proper setup and can just like go punk, 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 done.
And who actually enjoy doing it, really. And there are those. I know Dante runs it a lot. I used to do it way back in the days when it was more about piloting than it was just about...
There actually was
speeches.
a point in the game when people actually recommended using the subspace jump warp core because, catapulting your ship forward 6 light years does have benefits when your goal is to run around the galaxy really fast.
Sphinx says I find grinding TFOs in Admiralty gives me more pleasure. Star Trek Online is just like Star Trek. There's something for everybody there, pretty much. Not always the same thing for everybody, but hey, if you like it, you like it.
Okay.
Welcome back, Frost. We heard you disappear for a moment and come back to us.
Firm. Oh my
Hopefully I can get back here to DS9 before this time's out on me.
I really wish the devs would go back and make it so that weapon tooltips actually list tertiaries for, well, most things, because there's only a tiny handful where they actually put tertiary fires in the tip.
You're absolutely right, Sphinx. 100%.
I mean, part of the reason why I say this is that you have certain things like the Sword of the Winter Constellations, where if you just look at the tooltip it has in the store,
Mm-hmm.
it tells you so little about the
Yep.
weapon
Oh, yeah.
that it looks
Our
boring
reinforcements will
and
put you in your
uninteresting.
place.
Like the gimmick of having collateral damage where your character will just randomly throw knives at things. Okay, that's interesting, cool, I guess. It's a tiny amount of damage compared to your actual direct attack, but Okay, cool.
You
That's
haven't seen
something.
the last of me.
Thanks, Musin.
Uh,
Thanks, Grass.
The thing that actually makes the Sword of the
You're
Winter
welcome.
Constellations interesting is the
Thanks,
fact that it has a
Bats.
special tertiary. Ah,
Wait.
although I do have to say that the devs went to a lot of work making that knife throw thing do special stuff because you know how the winter event you have the icicle gun that fires icicles at your target and the icicles get
Yes.
stuck in the
Mm-hmm.
target as a debris object. Yeah, this does that too, but with throwing knives.
Okay.
I'm gonna, guys, I'm gonna make you team leader for a moment. I'm just gonna jump to a different tune.
Well, I'm going to space so I can have my skills cool down.
Oh, the most hilarious thing with the Sword of the Winter Constellations is when it does the throwing knife thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have a knife get stuck in the target, but the target gets disintegrated instead of dying normally, which causes the throwing knife to just float in midair until they despawn.
Oh, I like that. I have requested to join the team. Thank you ever so much. I'll take myself
Oh
out
yeah,
to elite. That'll make my life easier.
there you go.
Thank you. What are we doing? Anything in particular?
Other than Desert Dome,
Yes.
Um. Hmm.
I'll just hit random if I don't do differently.
sure, whatever.
Let's see here.
Was that a I'm looking for something, Musin?
Yeah, I'm switching shifts.
Oh, okay.
Just because I want to do something different.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Oh. Hmm. I'll take those.
What is that bonging noise?
Sav has
You
posted
guys
a
are
meme from several days ago. That is amazing. Thank you, Sav.
Mm,
You ready, Musin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, someone
We will.
decided to
We will.
do the extra cat thing. Lots of cats.
The extra cat?
Cats. Well, turn your captain into a cat, have all of your bridge officers turn into cats, and then summon a cat.
Ah,
Yeah, I thought that would be appreciated. Kind of what I've done with two of my characters now, because I like them more than other characters. They do a lot of damage, and they are less obtrusive when they're cats.
Okay, well I guess it's a space TFO.
they tend to be that way.
Oh, hey, look, I got the Tholian trouble
What are we doing?
thing.
Oh God, it's Days of Doom.
Glad you could make it. We're picking up an incoming fleet of sensors. They'll be here in moments. We'll do what
Oh
we can to
Lord.
help. Our weapons are offline.
Now I
Hey.
regret
We
switching
still have
ships.
shields. If the enemy makes it past us, they'll have free
Well, on the
access to
upside,
space.
I am flying a Lethean pilot
We
escort
have
that
a
is
full.
reasonably quick.
Well, this is reasonably quick too. Graz, you got an ouchie on you, if you care.
I know.
Okay.
Give me a second here.
Oh, no worries.
Oh, there's something that I really don't need to take care of. It was a projectile launcher.
Oh no, your torpedoes that you left in space dock.
Yeah, I haven't been using a pew like that for a while.
Well, that happens. Pax says he'll defend the starbase.
Okay.
Oops. Got different keybinds on this tune.
Vessels at the nearby shipyard are evacuated.
I just
The shipyard is
don't
west
like
of our
this little
location.
cartoon cutout.
The enemy is closing in.
I have to say that it is easily comprehensible and understandable, and without it, the mission would be a lot more annoying to.
But the visual of it, come on.
The visual is somewhat regrettable, yes.
Yes.
But having it is better than not having it.
This is true, but it's so Scooby-Doo.
Unknown vessel on sensors. What is that thing?
I just think of it as a HUD element on my computer's view screen.
Okay, I could get away with that.
The enemy's
I
closing
will
in.
be back in a little bit. I gotta take care of something.
Okay.
And I don't mean to ignore anybody, but
No, no, no
I'm down all
worries.
day, so I owe my family some
Unskippable.
Lieutenant Commander.
Get warp core. I hate the fact that the rocks block your line of sight for getting a warp core. Whatever, moving on.
Where is it? There it is.
Multiple enemy ships on sensors. We can use some help back here. That should do it. Direct hit.
Target's shields have failed.
Oh, come on. It pushed me away. Almost in position, something just pushed me out of inner ranks.
Oops. Stay back here for a moment.
Come on, belts.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. Oh, it didn't give me my warp core. How dare it? I got a warp core.
I was wondering why I hated Days of Doom, that I realized it's time gated.
Yep. And you can still mess it up even with it being time gated.
Yeah.
Also, there's a bug that can make it soft lock.
Yep.
And dropping the freaking warp core is one of the most annoying
I
things
know.
imaginable.
That should do it. Direct hit.
Apparently I dropped one in the right spot. Yay. Or somebody did.
I don't see any warp core interceptors, so I guess I'm going to go back to the shipyard now. Oh, I somehow failed to drop the warp core.
Yeah, if you're not in the right spot out of that little cone.
No. Well, what it is that sometimes, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, no, it's the the current lag makes it really hard to drop the warp core in the right spot.
Also, you have to worry about those warp core interceptor things.
Yeah. Guys, grab your size ships, throw a bunch of gravels, and apparently the neutronic torps also help you can slow the device considerably.
I mean, I have gravity well on this ship. I suppose I can try that. Okay, that's 3 times I failed to get the freaking warp core. Oh, I still don't have one.
That is weird.
Like I said, it's a stupid flipping random bits of debris. It's like you can never be sure when you're going to lose line of sight.
Yep. But
Again, this thing has multiple things.
Zinkethi Front, where you know when you've got a warp core, you don't know when you've got a warp core.
I mean, you do see a little indicator above your ship, but well,
You're right. There it is. Where to go?
Honestly, they need to have a mechanic where we can do stuff that helps Scotty build the thing
Oh,
fast.
that's a thought too.
oh wow. I used tractor beam on one of the not cool ships to do the plasma torpedo thing, and because of the fact that the Doomsday device had already gotten hit, it actually warped out while I had a tractor beam on it.
Huh. Reynolds says no cores needed when used grav wells and neutronic torps. So
That should do it. Direct hit.
That's one of those things where I'm like, this feels like something that was probably fixed. I mean, I think it does actually slow it down, but the way I understand that the logic here is that it used to slow the thing's speed to pretty much 0.
yep.
Crap. I got a little too close.
Direct hit.
This is actually one of those missions where having a ship that can cloak is actually a major strategic advantage.
What advantage does the cloak give you?
It lets you fly past the not cool and Klingons.
Sphinx says,
much
in
more
fact,
easily.
you don't need to do anything in this TFO and still win. Is this AFKable? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Though technically, if it's time gated, once you do that first section, technically.
What's kind of weird with this one is that in theory it's supposed to have a fail condition where it's like a soft fail where you see a cutscene where an NPC explodes.
Yep.
And that's the end. The lockup, it somehow causes it to not do that.
Nope. That didn't work. Just fire
Yeah,
at
this
something
thing
every now and then
speed
and you're
is-
good.
Well, what it's showing for the Doomsday Machine's speed is more than a little alarming.
Why?
In theory, what you're supposed to do, you wanted speed to be like 50% or less.
Hey, Chris.
The Doomsday Machine's speed stat is currently at 100.
Mm-hmm. But it's still only halfway to the starbase. Then at end thing is close, so just drop the final core and boom. Yes.
That should do it. Direct hit.
And another commercial starting because I don't know why.
Ship is under attack.
Yeah, part of the reason why I like having pilot maneuvers is that you can do the whole like jump back thing to get out of the way and not get exploded.
Always a good thing not exploding.
However, sometimes it just doesn't work, right? I really, really wish it would not do that stupid thing where it takes like 3 seconds to drop a freaking warp core, though.
Yep.
Makes the whole like interact thing way harder than it should be.
Yep. Got a minute and 19 left here.
Not really happy with the thing's distance, but whatever.
Oops.
Did we ever get a canonical origin for the Doomsday device?
Nope. The closest thing we have as a canonical origin is that it came from some. It's incredibly old by human standards.
Yes.
So old that whatever war it was created to fight.
It has probably been forgotten. So,
No,
right.
it happened before the dawn of human history.
Okay.
Subspace fracture thingy drops you right in front. Oh, sweet. Let's give it a try. Oh, I've only got 4 seconds left. Now you tell me.
I actually have that console equipped.
I do too.
Try.
I have it equipped on here. I didn't realize that would do that for me.
Which item?
Subspace fracture tunnel.
The Vobin console.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had it in my spam bar and was kicking in a little more often than I wanted it to. I'm going to put that as nicely as I can.
Okay. So, who is going to take the bomb?
I'm there. I'll start it. Let's see if this will actually work. And from far away, so like how far away? Let's see, it's gonna let me pick it up.
Well, I guess I will
I got the big
start
warp core.
keeping these guys off of you.
Okay, where am I going? There he is. Probably far enough away where it'll actually trigger it. Wonder if it'll work when I'm carrying this thing, though, because this is definitely affecting my speed.
I'm gonna go heal bot you a little bit. There's not much heal
Oh
botting
boy.
you can do in this,
Somebody can,
but a little bit is better than nothing.
No, I don't want to drop the big warp cord here, do I?
No, you
Yeah.
take it all the way to the machine.
That's what I thought.
The reason I'm heal botting you is because your hull.
Yeah,
is, you
believe
know,
me, I can see how much damage my hull's taking there.
If you drop it, you can have another player pick it up. Because if I remember right, the damage over time effect is increasing.
Well, right idea. Didn't put me directly in front of it. Put me way off. Ah! Gosh darn it.
I'm gonna kill the raptors.
Did somebody else pick it up since I died?
But Nato got it.
Yeah, somebody's got it.
Oh, Grosbow got it. Okay.
Hey, Graz. Yay, we did it! Yay!
Good.
Boy, did we try to not do it, but we still did it.
This is legitimately one of the hardest things they've ever put in the game.
Well, the cool thing is we also got a random TFO completion for it, in addition to the universal.
Yeah.
Great job.
Scoring. Starbase health stayed above 90%. Doomsday Machine traveled less than 100%.
Hey,
I'm pretty sure that the +9 marks for the Doomsday Machine travel distance goes up quite a lot if you can actually like force it to stop moving.
well, next time we will try some other toys on it. Next time. 13 weeks from now.
I really was not getting a particularly efficient warp core dropping on that one.
I was able to drop them fairly well, but not fabulous.
I think like half of my attempts at dropping a warp core failed. Mainly because of the fact that the target area is surprisingly small.
It is, yeah.
I
It
think
is
they
very tiny
shrank
there.
it.
No, it's always been small. You need to be pretty much right in that cone of destruction that it's going to hit, but closer to center and closer to where it is better.
Yeah.
Pax is done for the night. Well, thanks for being here, Pax. We appreciate it. Thanks for defending the starbase. Couldn't have done it without you.
Also, to make it even more annoying, yeah, as if it needed that. I figured out what was pushing me. That was getting too close to the maw.
Oh, yeah.
If you bump into its maw, it knocks you off course.
Yes, yeah, I noticed that when I was coming around from the side. It doesn't like that.
Which was a problem for me because I was trying to stop in front of it.
Yep. I like to come in from the front, sometimes go over the top and try and bank around, but that doesn't always work.
Yeah, what I did was I came up behind it. I was trying to stop in front of it. And some of the time I would just, because I came to a full stop in front of it, it would bump into me and then just knock me out of the interact zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shall we do another, or does somebody have something they'd like to do? And does anyone want to join us because Pax has stepped out?
I mean, I don't know, another random, I guess.
Well, let's see if anyone wants to join first. And if not, we will hit that. We're safe for 30 minutes from another gravity or Days of Doom.
Well, we hope we're safe
No,
anyway.
we are. It's a 30-minute cooldown. We're safe for 30
No,
minutes.
but you just cursed us by saying the other
I
name.
know. I said the other word.
Mm.
Oh God.
Well, hey, at least we don't have the Corvez curse.
Oh, that's because we're not doing it on Elite.
I know.
Exactly.
That's my point.
Sweet. Let me know when you're in, and I will send you an invitation.
Baron hates it when we're doing elite randoms. Yes, I noticed on the new one just that you know what we're gonna get, and he says, "God, shut up,"
Yeah.
because he knows I'm saying Corvez without saying Corvez.
The joke I make is that you rolls your dice and you takes your chances, and
Welcome.
sometimes the dice comes up on a K.
Welcome back, Alpha Tango. Yep, we're gonna do a rando once you get in here. I sent you an invitation, so when you get in, accept my friend invite, and I will add you to the party. Corfez is fine except for the bug race stage. Somebody made it through it the other day.
It's also one of those things where certain of aspects of it you kind of need to know what you're doing because it's not actually giving you the information you need.
Lord.
Like the way I understand it is like one of the phases of it, the trick to avoiding having the NPCs you're supposed to be protecting get damaged is actually to stay as far away from them as possible and aggro the Vadwar. It's just okay, I guess. I mean, it's like the classic MMO tank thing, but you need to have like the entire team do it in a coordinated fashion.
I don't see you online yet, so yeah, but it's still showing. Yeah, I just sent you the invitation. That's why. That's why it's showing offline and sent invitation. Send it to you while you were logging in. Just waiting for you to finish logging in so we can go party. Well, you're not logged in yet. According to this, you're not logged in. Saying offline at. So that would be brilliant. Have your captain's name be offline just to mess with people.
People have done other equally weird things.
Oh yeah, remember when we had the ship name glitch? And Ed showed me how to actually make that one of my ship names. Let's do this. Right here. We're blaming the lag. It's not anything you've done. We're blaming the lag. Oh. It was quad day at the gym yesterday. I can barely sit. Once I'm sitting down, I can't get back up.
Well,
My dog's being stupid. Hi there, cutie pie.
speaking of pets, my sister-in-law has been doing the crazy cat lady thing, and I'm like, you do realize that your obsession with putting the cats inside where you can easily see them is something that is inimical to cat nature, right? The cats want to be sleeping under the bushes outside. They enjoy it. uh,
It's still showing that you're not logged into the game yet. Let me get out of the screen.
Okay, let me look on my screen and see. I think. Yeah, I see it as logged in.
You're showing he's logged in?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Powers at Ray Ray.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me beam up. Let me just change the map, maybe.
Alrighty.
Tried inviting him, but I'm not doing it, so.
There he is, yeah. Sorry, I was just sitting there waiting on the map. Send you a friend invitation, too. Hey, I was going to say it's Friday. It's not Friday. It's Saturday. It's even worse.
I just saw a Temerian Defender that was glowing red as part of some sort of cosmetic visual. Looked really cool, and when I was about to screenshot it, it warped out. Oh well.
Do we
Not
have
really
a preference in what we're going to do?
Random chaos. It's been working for us so far. Hello.
Wee woo.
Woo woo.
Famous last words, though, Mar Hawkman.
Gravity kills.
No, 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 nobody, nope, nope, nope. We don't say that. We don't even think that.
That one where you fight the Alachi inside the Romulan starbase.
Which one is that?
Rio Station.
Oh, I like that one. Especially if you get it on Elite. I mean, you're the one who told me about how good that one is on Elite.
There's a lot of people who utterly hate it.
Once you know
where
the engineers are, it's confusing because you don't have the mini map to give you the clues.
Well, also is that a lot of people, the whole like skittering saboteur thing, just it's a TFO that jump scares you or tries to, anyways. And the whole like jump scare thing is something people don't like, I guess, but whatever.
Oh, this isn't bad. Yeah, we try and do themes sometimes. Try and come up with things.
That's fine.
Dante wants us to do, what is it? T5 Tuesdays? No, T5 Thursdays, something like that. Oh, this one's easy. Easy peasy.
Would make a joke that's so easy man, to do it, but don't feel like it.
But your brother would be insulted?
Oh, well, we do regularly make jokes to him about the fact that he used to be a Marine and the whole like crayon eating thing.
I was going to go there and thought, no, maybe not everybody appreciates that one.
Do you know what the Marines call the Navy?
Yeah, I can't say it on the air, though.
No, this one's a clean one. They call them their Uber driver.
Well, I mean, there's a less nice version of that.
There's a lot of less nice versions.
Oh, yeah.
That has a different connotation, but it's basically saying the same
I know,
thing.
but I'm trying to keep it G-rated.
I appreciate that.
Well, the one I was thinking of is rides in Navy equipment.
Wait, what?
What carrier?
I left out the word that starts with A, but I'm sure you can guess what it is.
What carrier was he talking about?
Huh?
Yeah, I heard something about stopping a carrier, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
What? Rodex said something?
Let me know when you guys are ready for the next one. Because that went really fast.
Yeah, but that wasn't much
Yep, yep,
that I
yep.
got. Um.
Powers went running off that way,
Yeah.
so I thought maybe you had to go play with the ship and do
Yeah, I
something.
mean, I'm ready to do it.
I'm flying a cute ship,
What you flying?
a Romulan ship.
Which one?
A temporal ops strike wing escort warbird.
Ooh!
How
Ooh!
many things can it be?
Lots of things.
That is an extremely long name.
All
yes.
smexy.
What's the full name on the thing? Oh, yeah. The one that I have is just Lithium Nemosin Pilot Escort.
Did you say mimosin?
Nemosin.
Mimosin. I was thinking the mimosin. That would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Nemoisen?
Oh, yeah. But by the way, Mom,
Yes.
I actually got to use a pilot ability on you
Ooh.
during that Days of Doom TFO that I normally don't get a chance to use for much. Form up.
Are we ready to go?
Because it requires you
Yep.
to target.
Okay,
no
since we're all
lines.
dancing here, I
Yeah.
guess we are ready. Random. Beep boop.
Ooh.
Let me just accept before it disappears.
There's a part of my brain that's going, hey, it's sunny. It's like 8 o'clock. We could go buy ice cream and it's still light out. You can tell it's almost summer. My brain's going, oh, ice cream, yes. As the dog waddles out of here, so probably not ice cream tonight.
Have they
It's
started
space.
begging just because they hear the word ice cream yet?
No, they don't know that word very much because I don't have it in the house very often.
Mm.
Oh,
Starbase 1.
Yep.
Yay!
Listen up. The war has not been going well. Listen up. The war has not.
Now where is Mom? Ooh, all the way
right
there.
over here.
Far
I'm
away
still
from
playing
me.
the tiny collection of random spikes.
I am missing one. That's interesting. Where'd that go?
Here they come. Here they come.
I probably don't need it for this one.
We're coming to evac of non-essential personnel as is.
It's very interesting. There's a point here where a Klingon bird of prey just keeps warping into the same exact spot over and over.
Yeah. The pre-placed spawn positions are super obvious in this mission because the fact that it explodes, the screen flashes, and suddenly there's another one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not sure what Kensington is expecting me to do.
About?
Well, it means like she said, like, hey, we have a short while to do, or it feels like she's implying that we should be doing something in the break, but there's nothing.
Well, we know where the next line's going to come in, so in theory we could go over there, but they're not going to start launching for a moment anyway, so...
Oh wait, when you say you could go over there, you mean to the location I'm already at?
Yeah.
No, it suddenly occurs to me that this is actually a mission where rapid emitting armaments has more downsides than usual. In theory, in this mission, I could accidentally hit the transport ship with the plasma torpedoes and blow it up.
Yeah, that would be a bad thing. How's the server been running? It seems a little laggy to me. Not as bad tonight as I thought, but it gets laggy at weird times.
Well, one thing to remember is that... Actually, you know what? I don't know where Deca has it hosted, so I'm genuinely not sure what time zone it's actually hosted in. Oh, defeat remaining things.
No, your shields are fine, Andor. Stop complaining.
Yeah, no, he's a liar. A hypochondriac, even.
It's already beamed out. Good evening, Rachel. Guten Abend. Nope, you're not requesting assistance either. Wild Weasel?
Ooh. Yeah, that's a trait.
Okay.
When you use evasive maneuvers or an intel ability, it creates wild weasels.
Okay. Thank you. If they just stick more processors, more RAM, and more fast drives on the servers, would that fix the lag? Or is it errors
Probably not.
causing the lag? I don't know that it's errors causing the lag.
Well, one thing to remember here is that running an MMO server like this, you need an insane data bandwidth to make the server work properly.
Elite says, were there any episodes from Strange New Worlds that you didn't like? The second episode. And I didn't like it for a just structural reason. I think they spent too much time on introducing Uhura and not getting to the plot fast enough. But that's a technical
Roosevelt
thing.
actually asked for assistance
It always
after we already
does.
killed everything.
I don't know. There's plenty of strange new worlds that I do not like.
That's fine.
The Klingon boy band showing up.
That was the sort of nonsense that I would expect from a Q episode or a Hollow novel.
And
I
like
kind of liked it. It was stupid, but I kind of liked it.
I get the whole
the
like
Klingon should have
it
come
was
in with
funny
some
and
death metal.
okay it being funny was cool and all. It's just that the context of it being there is what was like.
Oh. I feel that if Klingons start singing, they wouldn't start singing as a boy band. They'd start singing in Klingon.
Yeah, that too.
You know, and,
Like
and that
like
was kind of like, they missed a very good opportunity to showcase
here's
some actual Klingon
here's what I would expect
style.
personally. Something akin to a fusion of rap and opera.
That would have been interesting, yes.
And I didn't like Hammer falling.
Because of well, one of the things we've seen Klingons do in the past is that whole like drunken drinking thing that they do, where like okay, yeah, there's just people goofing off and screwing around, but the people who did that in those past episodes actually made it look good.
Oh, but they had Klingons performing in lower decks, and there they got it right.
Mm.
So,
Oh well. Well, I gotta go. See you guys later.
Well, you take care, Moore Hawkman. Thanks for being here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, Elite, it's not that I disliked the episode. I liked a lot of parts of it. A lot of it were really well done. I just think it should have been a little less time on trying to get all of Uhura's backstory into it, because they tried to jam in too much in one episode. You know, spread it out over a couple. If you think the series is going to last, spread it out over a couple.
but yeah, I really didn't
Maybe it wasn't
like
the second one, but
that they had Hammer falling out of the ship. How they got rid of him. It's like, I mean, sure, it feels like Andoria, but I feel he belongs on Andoria and not some desolate planet.
I don't disagree with you there.
Yeah, and
Whichever one it
yeah.
was, Elite, where they spend way too much time having the dinner party. It just... It's unbalanced. But content isn't bad, just balance isn't great. But that's me. Other than that, and a couple have been quite delightful. A couple have been fine. Nothing's been bad, in my opinion. But it has, you know, how many episodes have we had? 30? Are they up to season 4? They give them 40. I don't think I would go as far as to say there was one I disliked. Some were better than others, and usual. Yeah, actually, that's a really good description. 20 so far. 30 in a couple months. Yep.
I like the crossover with Lower Decks.
Oh, who doesn't? Come on. That was so good.
They're all cartoons at the end.
That was just... I actually might have to go watch that. I'm going to give up my Paramount subscription because it's going to be 2 months before it comes back, and I can save that money for a little bit. But I might have to go watch that episode tonight. Yeah, I'm going to take personal credit for one line in there, which has nothing to do with anything I said. But DT and I went to see Tawny Newsome when she was at one of the conventions, and I was explaining how I didn't like Lower Decks when it started, because everybody spoke too loud and too fast, and I couldn't get the dialogue until DT's hit the button and said, you know, closed caption. Oh, yeah, that makes life better. And then lo and behold, there's that line in that crossover episode about why do they all talk so quiet and so soft, kind of line. And I'm like, yes, yes, it wasn't just me.
Wrecker.
Yeah. That was so good.
And it
Anybody?
was the episode director directed.
Yeah, I
I
know.
just like that they blamed the Romulan ale for being cartoons.
That was so good. Which gets down to what's your favorite Lower Decks episode?
Oh, I guess that has to be the one where it felt like it suddenly became more than just a joke, like Family Guy or you know.
Well, the last two episodes, the way they pulled all
Well,
5 seasons together was just so good.
it's where they have to strip the entire hull on the outside of the Cerritos to get past the the hazard to save the other ship. So they start frantically pulling the entire hull off of the outside of the ship. I think that was where I was like, yeah, now it's become Star Trek.
Um, I think one of my faves is going to be. I have to look up the name here. It's the one with Martok where they're playing the equivalent of Dungeons and Dragons. What is it? Batleths and Binuchs. That one. Just all the references. It was so nerdy. I was just so happy. A little nerd
me,
heaven for me.
I have to say it became good when they started taking their own like plots more serious.
Yes, I don't know that they took their plots more seriously, but it's it seemed to start coming together and gelling as a not just little bits of 2-minute vignettes
Well,
and comedy bits, but it started to pull together and everything seemed to be working towards an endpoint.
before the before that episode where they stripped the hull off the Cerritos,
Mm-hmm.
they're just a joke cannon going off
Yeah,
over and
I think
over and
maybe you're
over.
right there.
It's yeah, and it's that specific episode that changes the tone, and they start dealing with dilemmas like a normal Star Trek show would.
Yes, they still have their comedy with them, but they're getting better. Shall we hit one more here, folks? Does anybody else want to join before we hit another random here? The Klingon board game was amazing. I want that game.
I have to check something. Hmm. Okay.
Rachel's going to join us, so let me know. I'll see. I'll see you when you get here, Rachel.
Do I have time to do a patrol?
Yeah, it'll take her a moment to log in.
Okay. I'll go ninth roll.
That shouldn't take you very long.
No, but it should finish up my ship.
Okay.
Because I don't have to trait on this one yet.
Rachel, it's random. We have no idea what we want. So you just get whatever toy you like to play. And you'll have a minute because
Lead the way. Forgotten fun.
he's playing ninth rule.
Go Ferengi vessel. Barometer flash. Safety close.
Unless there's something... unless there's something you want to play, Rachel. Then we'll hit that one. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
My ears are not the best right now.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Kind of hurt. So I'm kind of like testing to see if I can handle certain people's pitches and tones and
Oh, I can...
what I'm like not seeing on the Discord.
A second here. Sorry, my phone just went off. I'm trying to figure out what that was.
Oh,
Doesn't look like it
did you
was
hear what
anything critical.
Okay. Yeah, so just with the way my ears are feeling, I'm not really being on the Discord so much.
I get that.
Yeah.
Rachel, as soon as Musin gets out of his patrol, we will do something.
Mhm.
Ooh, Dalkina. Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
I kind of wish they would take the 10-year anniversary pack
Mm-hmm.
and lower the price. If they've made if the state of the game has made a pack less effective, I think the price should go down on a pack.
Well, the 10th anniversary pack was a one-time only in terms of I don't think they'll ever do anything like that again. But let's just say they probably learned a lot about how to market them more effectively. Nonetheless, that is a heck of a pack.
There's some
Well,
really good ships themselves that come on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the equivalent value of like 30 ships in traits and consoles. So even if the traits are no longer the top meta, they're still really good.
Yeah, I actually was pulling stuff out of them for this build.
okay, so it's still a good resource to have when I actually
Yes.
get back into
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
The NX that's in there is invaluable as an account unlock.
Okay, because originally when I got into the game, I was like, I want this for the Warship Voyager, so I could get a 3D model made.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I wanted my own custom. Get out of here, Kitty! Get out of here! No. I wanted my own custom paint job and design, which I did get in images. It's just that the company that was connected into like selling 3D prints for the game,
Yeah.
they folded or
Yep,
something.
they did.
So I never got my 3D model, which really sucks because it was a birthday present to myself. And it wasn't that big, that excessive. I was only trying to go for a 5-inch model too.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's possible for somebody to come up with the files or to create the files if they were interested in doing it, but it's a pain in the butt, and I can see why they don't do it. They could. They could if they wanted to.
Well, I mean, I have the images of the ship. I've got the the designation and all that stuff and the paint job done. I just I mean, I kind of almost wish I could get my hands on a uh sorry, a cheap cheap Eagle Mosk version and then just repaint it because I just don't care. I just need the physical body and Frankenstein it myself.
Well, hunt around because some of the eagle moss were not that expensive that were sitting out there. I'm
done.
Yeah, I know. Did we want to boost this one to elite and hit random?
Oh.
Nah. I would say if you're going to do an elite, let's specifically select an elite that
Okay, well, we can go.
know we can do.
Fine. What do we want to do if we're going to do elite? Somebody pick one out.
Infected space.
Sure.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Infected space elite is just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not what I wanted to see. Oh, hold on. I see what's going on here. Bear with me 1 second.
So I thought that would get me the trait, but it didn't.
Oh. There we go.
It did get the defense upgrade, so I'm good.
Wee woo.
We will.
Hey, reply all caps if you're still listening. I hope you are.
He left.
I know he left
Sorry.
this, but he might still be listening.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay, sorry.
the Eagle Moss minis are frequently on places like eBay and a few others, and depending on which model you're looking for, they're not necessarily expensive. The ones that we had Kel and Thomas sign for us, we were able to raise a couple $100 each on those for the two things we were raising money for. But they were still, the other ones, the non-autographed ones, were going in the $50 range, which for an Eagle Moss, if it was going out of business, is cheap. So you may be able to find everything out there.
The situation is grim. There's more. Begin by...
Ah, my children. Let's pull you out. No, we'll leave that there. Is anyone parsing?
I am.
Okay. I'm just curious where this ends up. Will be good to see.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional data is available. The nanite drones repair the transformers. Stop them.
No. No, that was my line, Mason.
I died.
Yeah, so did I.
Wah.
Love the ship, but I don't have a lot of heals on it. Oh well.
Ah, dang it. If only I hadn't died. I have amazing max one
Famous
hit.
last words. Literally.
Okay, so parse is character NATO 5 24.
Nice.
Okay, who's... Okay, I can't even pronounce the name.
Rachel?
Yes, sorry, Rachel.
It's Rachel.
466.
Ooh.
I'm 376. Darkmom.
Yes.
254.
Nice.
And then I sent the pug 162.
We didn't have a pug. That was Powers.
Oh, powers. Okay, sorry. What? No, sorry. My goof. 162. Now, keep in mind, this is Nexus.
It's still not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nice team for an elite. That's nice. Nice balanced game. I'm going to, let's see if we can find somebody who's interested in running this for us, because I'm going to go take my doggers out for their evening constitutional. So let's see who else is out there tonight. I think Medic 357 is on as one of the messages I just got. Viventar. Ooh, Elite Dangerous. Somebody's playing Elite Dangerous. I haven't played that in forever. Sci-Fi 88 Mayhem. Wolf Grey. Oops, we're going to go raid Wolf Grey. Because we love Wolf Grey. Oh. Looks like they're having a party at Drozana. So if you haven't given Wolf Grey a follow, please do share the Star Trek Online love. And might be on tomorrow, might not be on tomorrow. I understand that there's a colony sim going on tomorrow.
He's already rated.
Well, yep, I just hit the raid button.
Whoopsie.
Everyone have a wonderful night, and we will talk to you guys later.
And I will make it a threesome.
You can hear yourself?